How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farming Simulator 22 called Bandeirantes Farm. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads: Bandeirantes Farm is a Brazilian map with terrain and real PDA from the region between the cities of Doverlandia and Baliza, the states of Goiás. Map with 39 medium to large size fields, all with missions. Added 2 new crops, rice and Corica beans. City with market that accepts various products. Grains in general can be sold at the 2 warehouses present on the map. The supermarket accepts various products such as potatoes, beets, milk, and pallets. Needing limestone, take your trailer to the limestone vendor and you can also sell stones there. Bales in general can be sold at the saddlery. Milk should be sold at the supermarket or the dairy for milk derivative productions. You start with 1 main headquarters containing sheds to store your machinery as well as house to sleep in, 1 silo to store grains, 1 silo to store pallet and bales, 1 poultry farm and a chicken coop, 2 fuel tanks, 2 vehicle washes, 1 pigsty, 1 cow confinement, 2 silage bunkers. The map also features a sugarcane mill where you can sell sugarcane and buy vinasse and filter cake. There is no snow on the map. The winter in the region is only cold and dry. Have fun. There are mods required for this map, starting with the farm entrance by Namag Mod, the Brazilian pigsty by Namag Mod, bunker silo set by Razek, South Brazilian warehouse by ML Modding DH Modding, Southern Brazil Woodhouse by Gain FS, Confining Cows by Grangerio, Virgimini Modding Lost Gamer, Small Farm Pack by Holtz FS, Southern Brazil Shed by Gain FS, BR Metal Shed by Gain FS, Ramp Pack by Namag Mod, Classic Fences and Gate Pack by JD Modding ARG, Chicken Coop BR by Fritz, BR Small Wood Shed Pack by Gain FS, and Farm Fences Pack by Holtz FS. This map was created by Andrade ML, Renegados Modding, and Wesley Franco, and is 245.32 megabytes to download. And if we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. We start out here in the northern portion of the map, right by our starting farm. We start out by owning farmland number 1, which encompasses our main starting farm up in the north, and 2 fields here. One of them is corn that is growing, and it's called Aros, but I believe that is rice, which is ready to harvest. You cannot purchase all areas in the map, and prices do vary on this map because you do get a fairly decent range of field sizes, but they are still pretty expensive. $281,000 for one of the smaller fields. We got a $149,000, $215,000, $317, and it just keeps going up and up and up. Let's get to one of these larger ones here in the north. We got $799,000, almost $800,000. We got another $639,463, 677, and so on and so forth. There really isn't much in the ways of forestry work on this map. It's mainly just farming. You do get some of these smaller grass fields down here in the south, but these are really expensive at over $300,000 and $400,000 a piece. We take a look at our animals. We do start out with several animals, including our pigsty, cow barn, and chicken coop. Contracts are available on this map. No productions to start out with, and there are collectibles, 20 of them to be precise. We take a look at mods specific to this map. Under the buy menu, there is nothing here, but under the build menu, there is nothing under buildings, productions, animals, decorations, but under landscaping, we do get several additional painting swatches, as you can see, quite a few. Nothing under trees, but under plants, you will see the Bandeirantes Farm listed here, and you do get quite a bit under the plants. Now, we do start here at the starting farm, so let's take a look at our starting equipment. Starting on the buy menu and owned items. For small tractors, we have a Case Farmall 120C. Under medium tractors, we have a Valtra Q305 as well as a Valtra Valmet 8750. Under large tractors, we have a John Deere 7R350. Harvesters, a New Holland CR1090. Trailers, the Agroliner MUK303. Header for the New Holland. Under subsoilers, we have the AgriSim Cultiplow Platinum 8 meter. Under seeders, we have the K-Brand S Pro 6000 RC. Planters, the John Deere 1775 NT. Sprayers, the Hardy Mega 1200L, as well as the Mega 1200L tank. Fertilizer spreaders, we have the Braid LK165. Under animals, we have the Ferricin PF2 24 Plus, which is our forage mixer. Or, I'm sorry, our cow feed mixer. We also have a K-Brand Primor 15070M, which is our straw blower, and a Abbey Attachments 1600 water tanker. Under levelers, we have the Holaris MES 500. Under front loaders, we have the John Deere 700M, as well as the Hauer XB 150. Under front loader tools, we have the Quickie Big Bag Lifter Single, and we have a header trailer, the Nardi N6040. And lastly, under weights, the John Deere Lagforge EZ 1700. And that is all the equipment to start out with. So we're going to start over here. Going to open this gate, run on through. We start out here with the cow barn. We have our feed input right here. And as you can see, it does start out with quite a bit of food and straw. Manure goes here. Our input for our cows is right here. We have room for 200 cows, and like I said, there is product in this. So even though we don't have any to start out with, we have food, we have straw, we have all the stuff to make, and we have a slurry to start out with. So got some good amount of starting products right here. Slurry point right here. Just down the way, we do have a pig pasture. Room for 43 pigs, so we start out with 5 of them. Water here, and we have feed here. Just over on, something just occurred to me. There's no slurry output for this one. That just dawned on me. Keep popping some fences over to this area where we can check out our farmhouse here. Nope, that is the bathroom. Apparently the dog is trapped in there. Wardrobe trigger right here, and sleep trigger right next to it, right there. And let's see, jump over the fence right here. Over here, we have a fuel tank right there. We have a chicken coop here with an input here, egg spawn point here, and room for 2,000 chickens, but we start out with 150 of them, so good start right off the bat. We have a repair trigger tucked away in here. Bunker silo right here in front of me. Another bunker silo just behind that set of trees over here. We have our grain silo right here in front of me. Our output for the grain silo is right there, and input is in this doorway right here. And then right back here is a storage shed for our pallets, bales, whatever we may have. So now we're going to head back to where all of our equipment's being stored. We're going to grab a tractor and head off the main farm. We do get a kind of secondary farm, but it's nothing too huge. Mainly just storage and a fuel tank. But I'll show that on the way out. So we're just going to go under this covered awning right here, and we're going to grab this voucher right here. We'll go into third person. Alright, now we can go ahead and leave the farm and drive down the road a little ways. It really is a very big farm. Like, you get big fields, specifically you get field 1 to your left, and that is a very big field. Number 2 to my right is not as large, but it's still pretty decent size. You get to really kind of expand your fleet and get some really big equipment on this map. Now the gate is closed, got to open it right here. And this is the secondary portion of the farm. Just tucked away right over here. Again, open, where's the gate open? There it is, gate open. Again, just a bit of storage over here. But tucked away right here, we have a fuel tank. Now we just need to backtrack a little ways. Go back through the gates. And then we need to head down to the southeast portion of the map. So a little ways away from here. But as we drive through this map, it's a relatively decent undulation map. You do get some small, terrain shifts and whatnot, so you're not going to really have to worry too much about having to get specific equipment with more horsepower in order to be able to overcome any kind of terrain. So we're going to keep on chugging out in this direction. And as we approach this bridge coming up, we need to cross over that so we can get over the river, go back over the river at another point in order to get into town. You do get a little kind of passage right there, a little low point in the river that you can drive through as well, so you don't have to go over the bridge. Now, one decorative point on this map that you will see is on your left there, you get all these little bushels of poplar. And that is just a decoration, but it is technically a harvestable crop if you were able to purchase the land. So most of them are on land that you can't purchase regardless. So just mainly decorative, but it is kind of a cool little addition to the map. Now, coming around the side over here, right back here, is the animal dealer. Now, you can use this icon here at the animal dealer, or you can use the same icon at your pens and pastures that you have located at your farm, or any other place you have the pens and pastures located around the map. Now, if you use this icon directly, you will incur an additional fee. That fee is associated to a delivery fee. Essentially, the animal dealer is taking the animals from this location and taking them to your pens and pastures for you. It gets a little bit expensive, depending on how many animals you need. It can be up to $100 per adult cow on top of the base price for them. So if you want to be able to save that money, go ahead and bring an animal trailer to this location, load directly into the animal trailer, and deliver the animals yourself. You'll save that money. And as you can see, because we do have a cow barn, I will illustrate here. You can see here prices for an adult cow: $1,550 plus a $100 delivery fee. If I were to get 60 cows, that's $6,000. If I were to bump this up to 200, that's quite a bit of money. That's an extra 20 grand just in cows. So one of those, you might want to consider saving some money. So now coming up here to my right, we have the warehouse number 1 sell point. Right here, we're going to turn around, go into the shop. Shop trigger right here. Repair trigger tucked away back here. Get turned back around. Gas station right across the street here. And then tucked away all the way to the end of this street is honestly probably one of the most interesting production points I've come across in a very long time. Now over here is the dairy. We're going to stop right here. You can purchase the dairy for $70,000. Now the reason that this is interesting, we're going to go ahead and buy this. Now as you can see, there are 2 drop-off points, one here and one here, but you also get this little trigger right here. It's a wood cell trigger. This takes wood. And now the reason that this is so interesting is, again, just makes our standard production points. Butter, cheese, chocolate. Nothing too special. But what's special about it is because it takes wood, you need to do a little bit extra. But what's kind of interesting about it, like I mentioned before, is there's really no good areas for the production of wood or the logging of wood. You can see the areas in which you can buy on the map are very, very limited as to what is available for logging. Really, all you get is this kind of northern portion of your farm. That's it. I mean, everything else is pretty much just the fields themselves. There's no real good logging areas on this map. So you're going to be very, very limited, and you're going to have to come up with some creative ways. Forgot to mention input and output right over here. So you're going to come up with some kind of creative ways. Now, there's a production point that will allow you to create wood. So if you want, you could use something like that, and it'll kind of save you that hassle of trying to figure out different ways to be able to harvest the wood in order to use that particular production point. Now, coming up on my right, back here is the supermarket sell point. Over there is the textile station sell point. And across the street is the bale sales station sell point. I'm going to start out by making a right here and taking this all the way back. So we continue following this around. Go in this entrance here. Go over this little way station. Now right here is the warehouse number 2 sell point. And then we can leave this area, head over across the street once again. And as you can see, the gated areas are kind of the, important areas to check out in this map. Go across the street. Now, tucked away back here, this is the sugar mill. I'm sorry, the like the sugarcane processing plant. Right here is a buy point for they call filter pie, which is our manure buy point. Tucked away way in the back over there, as you can see, is the sugarcane plant sell point. And then right over here, that is the liquid manure buy point. So, aka your slurry. And now we got a bit of driving to our next point of interest, and is also our last point of interest. So we're going to head over to that. And it's actually a really nice drive because it's just really kind of tucked away in the kind of middle of nowhere on this map. So we first start out by heading back here towards all these fields that we have available to us. We get another gated area. One directly here in front, and then just a little bit beyond it. And through this gate, we'll make a right. And again, anywhere you see these little gates, there are points of interest, so we're going to head up this way. Now, I will say that this next area does confuse me a little bit because in the description, this is supposed to be like the quarry area. And really, this is a buy point area for your lime. It has a lime station that's up at the end of this particular road. But the problem is that the description said that you can also sell stones over here. Well, I looked earlier at the prices per 1,000, and there's no sell points listed for stones. So I'm not sure if there's possibly some kind of issue or something along those lines. I don't think it'd be, too big of a deal, because you could theoretically, I think you can buy this area. Oh, no, you can't. So really, there's nothing that we can do about kind of fixing that on our own. We can install a sell point for stones at some other location that isn't the quarry here, but for that kind of immersive feel, we're not going to get that. So tucked away way back here. And you can see it does have some really lovely views up here. We'll get to this little clearing area, and it just kind of opens up, and you get to see this really nice looking overlook coming into this. Just kind of tucked away on this little, I don't want to call it mountain, but pretty darn close. Right over here is the Lime Station buy point. And that's it. That is the entirety of the map. Now it's time to render my opinion 0 to 5 scale as per usual. I'm kind of mixed on this one. The layout, I absolutely love the layout of this this map. The color palette is nice. It's very kind of muted and toned down. Makes me actually feel like I'm in the area that this is supposed to be representing. It's not too colorful, not too poppy. And I really do like the use of all the poplar as a kind of decorative effect. It really kind of makes it almost like you're going through like tall grass or something along those lines. It just kind of feels nice. Like, not used to a lot of these maps that will actually use this as a decoration. Now, there is unfortunately no way that if it's not up your alley to be able to remove it, because you can't buy any of the road networks or anything like that. So there's no removing it beyond this point. But some of the aspects I don't like about this map are the massive areas you can't purchase. There's tons and tons and tons of area around here that you cannot do anything with. And it really feels like a waste of a lot of the map itself. You're going to have to, if you want to do any kind of building whatsoever, you're really going to have to kind of buy up land that you can purchase, like all these fields, and you're going to have to sacrifice field space in order to utilize any kind of expansion. So that's kind of a bummer in my book, not being able to have area which you can really kind of expand and make the map your own. So that's kind of a big one to me. But 0 to 5 scale as per usual, what would I give this? I'd probably give this a 3.5. I think that it's a very nice map. It just really kills me personally not being able to have that functionality of being able to expand without deleting fields, without really kind of destroying the money generator on this particular map. So that's kind of a big disappointment for me. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. The shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.